We have here a little prompt and it says write a program that plays a guessing game with the user. The program should pick a random number from 1 to 100, allow the user to guess repeatedly until they get it right or until they've used 10 guesses. If their guess is wrong, output higher or lower, and once they get it right, congratulate them. Report how many guesses they used and end the program. Okay, first thing you're going to note is that it does not tell us to write a function. Okay, it is not telling us to define a function for us to use later. That's very important because if you're on an exam and you decided to do this as a function for whatever reason you want to make your life a living hell, you decided to make this a function, then you will lose marks because it does not say to create this as a function. And I almost guarantee you will screw up, okay? Because writing this program as a function confuses a lot of people. And I saw many people trying to write this as a function to the point that I thought it's supposed to be a function, but it's not, okay? Don't write this as a function because the people that were writing it as a function didn't get it. Write this as a program, as a normal Python program, okay? I have my idle open here. We're going to start off, not my name, your name, the date, okay? And then you are going to go ahead and start off with the most basic thing that this program asks us to do. So in case we can't do anything else, at least we can do that part. We want to pick a random number from 1 to 100. Okay, that's step number 1. We're not going to pick it. Python's going to pick it, okay? Because if it's the same random number every single time, what fun is that game? So we're going to go import random because that is how we tell Python, hey, Python, we're going to be using the random integer, okay? And then we can say correct num, for example, for correct number is equal to random. And then to get a random integer, then you do rand for random and int for integer, open bracket, and now we want to put a range. And see, idle even tells us return random integer in range A, B, including both endpoints. Oh my god. Okay. Now, what did our program say? It told us from 1 to 100. So we can literally just put in 1, 100. And then this will generate a random number between 1 and 100. Now we want to ask for an input from the user because how else are they supposed to guess? And we can call this guess, okay, is equal to integer input. What? Guess a number between 1 and 100, okay? And so now this first prompt, if we were to run it, always keep running, guys, to see what every single piece of code does. Pick a number, guess a number from 1 to 100. 70, okay? That's going to do absolutely nothing because we have not compared it. Okay. Now, most people here will start off with an if function, okay? Or an if statement, sorry. They will say if correct num does not equal guess, then we do guess is equal to int input guess again. Okay? Now, why is this wrong? Why is this wrong? Let me run it. Okay? I'm going to pick the number 3. Guess again. 4. Oh. Was 4 the correct number? We don't know. Now, for the sake of testing, then I can tell Python to print that number. Print correct num, and this is for the sake of testing. This is very important. This is what helps you see if your code actually runs and works. So it's going to print the number that's the random number, 94. Let's say I guess 78. Let's say I guess 65. I know I got the wrong number, but it's not going to ask me for an input again. Now, we could write 99 different if statements and pray and hope that this person does not take 99 guesses. But there's this new statement that I think was recently introduced, and it's called a while statement, okay? This will keep going. Okay, lowercase w, while the correct number does not equal the guess, then we want to ask for another input. Okay? And the reason that we're setting this variable and this variable to be the exact same is because over here we're comparing guess and correct num. If we had a different variable down here, then the guess would never adjust. So now let's keep going in a loop. Let me run. Okay. Note that's still going to print the correct number. The correct number is 100. So let's say I got 56. Guess again. 78. Guess again. 90. Guess again. 99. Guess again. 100. And now the code stops. Now the code stops. Okay? So now, while correct number does not equal guess, guess is equal to, then we're going to ask for another input. Now, we want, because the second statement, I guess, not the prompt, the second statement in this prompt was allow the user to guess repeatedly until they get it right or until they've used 10 guesses. Ooh, we don't want to do that. Okay. How do we do that? How do we do that? This is where it's very important to understand nested functions, okay? Because I can say, because over here we have a while function. In an if function or in a for loop, we can kind of count how many times it has gone through. But a while function, that's a little bit hard. But you know what we can do? We can set a variable up here, x is equal to 0. And then over here, we can say x is plus equal to 1, which means x is going to equal to x plus 1. Okay? And then we can write an if statement. Tap if x is equal to 10. We want it to we can set this up a couple of different ways. I'm going to show you guys the very first way. The best way to do this is if x is equal to 10, then we say correct num. Then we say guess is now, we're going to make guess equal to correct num, which makes this statement false, which means the while loop will die, which means whatever's after the while loop will be printed. Print game. You know what? I'm just going to keep it nested. Print game over. You guessed 10 times. Okay? Name this as you wish. Now let's run. Okay? I'm purposely going to get all my 10 tries wrong, even though it's going to print the number for me. 81. Let's do 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Game over. You guessed 10 times. And that's how we do that. Now, the next part of our prompt says, if their guess is wrong, output higher or lower. Okay. We can use an if statement. Okay. We can go if guess is greater than correct num, then we want guess is equal to integer input guess a lower number. Okay, I'm going to delete this phrase because it's going to get confusing. And then we just do another if statement. All right, now we can do elif or we can do if. Elif sounds more professional. If guess is less than correct number, then guess is equal to the integer input guess a higher number. And there we go. And then this one becomes elif after this becomes if. Sorry. My bad, guys. Guys, don't copy that. My bad. This is an if statement. If you guys can figure out why, good for you. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you guys. This is an if statement because this if and elif, it will stop running the next statement as long as one of them is true. So as long as this is an if statement, it will run it no matter what. Okay? Now let us run module. We can see our Oh, my bad. I never closed this bracket. That's okay. I'm going to run again. Okay. Pick a number. So my number is 15. Let's go 20. Guess a lower number. 18. Guess a lower number. 16. Guess a lower number. 15. Oh my god, it doesn't give us anything. And this is because we now have to write our final statement. Okay? And our final statement is going to be print, because remember, it will only ever come here while the correct num is not, while the correct num, it will only ever bypass this right here if this while loop is no longer true. So I'm going to do an if statement. If x is equal, why am I doing x? If correct num is equal to guess. What do we want to do? We want to print. Congrats. You got it. You got it after tries. Okay? And we can run. And this time I'm going to make it run out of all 10 tries. Okay? The guess is 97. Let's go for 50. That's always a great starting point. Let's go for 25. 75. I'm narrowing it down. 80. Guess a higher number. 90. Oh, that was 09. 90. Guess a higher number. 95. Guess a higher number. 96. 97. I got it right. Congrats, you got it right after 7 tries. Now let me get it wrong. Okay, I want to use up all 10 of my tries because we still have one more error we need to figure out. Let's do 10, 20, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, guys. Game over. You guessed 10 times. And then congrats, you got it after 10 times. Why is it doing that? If we look back at our code, we set guess equal to correct num so that we can break the while. Correct? Correct. Okay. Now, how can we bypass that? Because right now we set them equal to each other, so this statement will be true, even if we lost the game. What we can do is we can literally say, quit, open and close bracket. That is it. Okay? And watch what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to use up all of my guesses. And then your program is still running. Do you want to kill it? And I will say, okay. And my program will be done. And that is how you write a program like this. Now, I'm also going to do a video at some point with the steps of how to approach a coding prompt in the terms of how to get the most marks, even if you don't fully understand the question. But this is it for now. Okay? And just a little thing. You can also use exit, open and close bracket, and that will also work the same. Okay? Make sure you guys remove this top code over here, which is purely for the coder. Okay? And spit this out all nicely, and you should be good.